Hi guys, this is going to be a video for the sign of Gemini. So I've already shuffled the cards and dealt them face down. We're going to flip them over together and see what's in store for the next week or two. Before I start though, I just want to say if you guys do watch these videos and you like them, press the like button for me. It actually does help me out a lot, helps my videos circulate a bit better, so I'd really appreciate it. That being said, let's get started. First card I have for you is the Eight of Swords, coupled with the Oracle card of the Sun upside down. Okay. Being majorly stuck, majorly bound up, and not really happy about it. We're stuck in a rut. Hold on. We can't see how we're going to make something manifest. We're unhappy about it. Let's keep going. To one side of a situation, though, we have the Queen of Pentacles and Venus upside down. We are kind of like looking at our finances, our money, but like in a negative way here. We're kind of like looking really at what we don't have at the moment. And I think that's part of why we're feeling like so stuck or so like we can't see a way out, is because I think we have a negative outlook on our money. But at the same time, I don't know if we've actually done the actual calculation here. We're kind of like glancing at our finances and kind of like assuming the worst almost is kind of what I'm a little bit what I'm feeling from this. Okay. To the other side of the situation, the Knight of Swords and the Zero upside down. What did I just say about assuming the worst? We actually have not done the mental processing. We haven't actually calculated it out. This is really about finances. We haven't done the math, okay? The Knight is really like going through the mental process. This is like the thought process, but we have the Zero upside down with it. It's like we haven't put in the thinking required. And this is like putting in the work here. It's like this does require movement of the mind here, and it hasn't been done with the Zero. So in the background here, as this is all going on, I have the Knight of Pentacles. So we have the Queen of Pentacles now and the Knight of Pentacles. So we have kind of like a pair here, a true pair. And that is coupled with the Oracle card of the Eye. So I feel like this person here, this Knight here, in contrast to this Queen, is kind of like really looking at the picture more clearly, whereas the Queen is assuming the worst and hasn't done the process. This could be you, Gemini, right now. It doesn't. I would expect a Gemini to have done the thinking. You are like a cerebral sign, but in this case, I think that there's someone else here who sees things more clearly than you, who is like more of like a stable, calming influence. They actually have a clearer perception. They're seeing things. They're seeing the situation. Whereas you're like a little bit more removed. Alright. So the final card I have for you is the Ace of Pentacles upside down. Wow, and Saturn upside down. Interesting. So the Ace of Pentacles upside down is a lack of financial opportunity. It's a lack of being able to get something started, get something off the ground, like a new project. But at the same time, Saturn is upside down. So it's like we don't have it going, but there's also nothing stopping us either. This could be coupled with the fact that I think that maybe we haven't really gotten down to the nitty-gritty about this situation. We've sort of just assumed that we can't do it. Okay, we assumed we can't do it, but realistically, there's nothing actually preventing us from doing it except the perception of the fact that that we haven't, or really it's like we're just thinking about the fact that we haven't gotten started, and that continues to, we're like so focused on that we don't get started. Alright, let's go back to the beginning, and I want to look at each one of these positions one by one. Because this first position, it's like I was trying to get a feel for it. And it's actually not feeling too bad here. The sun's upside down. I didn't really feel anything intense or like anything terrible. Yeah, it's like we feel like it's like a passive inability, right? It's like, man, I wish I could. That's what this is like back here. It's like, I really wish I could do this. And instead, like, but it's like very passive, okay? Like very passive about it. We're not taking any action, and there's really not much to actually suggest that we couldn't do this thing. Let's look over here. Queen of Pentacles. I think this is you, Gemini. Of course, this could be vice versa, where you are the Knight of Pentacles, and you are the person who is seeing things, who is like really the more like stable, reasonable presence, who isn't really worried, or is just, or just is a stable presence, like watching out, where watching this other person go through a slight mental struggle, feeling like having a slight having this negative opinion. Let's look at this negative opinion here. Talking about the Queen of Pentacles. Talking about the Queen of Pentacles. I said the mask flash at me, but I'm not gonna take it. The mask is like surface, right? We're like looking at the surface of things. Let's see if it comes out again. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles, please. Yeah, it's like we're looking from afar without taking really much action. We're not really doing anything. Oh my god. And on the bottom, what did I say? The mask. Okay? We're looking at the surface, but not really digging deep, not really doing the mental processing, and not really taking any action. And then we're saying, oh, this is bad. I can't. I wish I could. But I think there's nothing keeping us from doing whatever it is but us. We're going to get to this because I'll clarify that in a second, but that's the feeling I'm getting here, Gemini. Let's look at the Knight of Swords with the 0. I'll just get a card. I feel like that's just we haven't really put in the mental work. We haven't actually examined the situation. We haven't thought about it. We haven't strategized. It's been kind of like really a surface assessment that's resulted in a negative opinion. Okay, Jupiter. Okay, so maybe we expected too much, or it's like oh Jupiter's overinflated. So I think maybe we're glancing at the surface. We expected more. We expected too much. And based on that, it's like, oh, we feel like we don't have enough, or I wish I could have, or I wish I, that sort of a thing, if you get my drift. Let's move over here, because I'm really interested to know more about this knight here, who is, I feel like, watching the Queen's back. I really do. Who's this knight? Tell me about the knight. This is definitely another person. This is definitely another person. Or the other person, right? This is like earthy, stable, kind of just gonna keep chugging along, like not really concerned so much, not thinking so much as just keeping things practical, and kind of like watching out. But I feel like this person has a clear perspective because the eye's right side up. Let's see. It's the Knight of Pentacles. It's the Knight of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, but now I have the torch upside down with the mask. So this person here, the knight, who also has the eye, is not aware, just on some level. He's not looking at just the surface. What is he looking at? It's like he's not looking at the surface. In fact, I don't even know if he is all that aware of the situation. He's not looking at the surface. He's not looking at the issue. I don't think he's looking at the finances. If this is like a couple, it's like one person isn't concerned because they're not looking. But they are a very stable, helpful, practical influence. They're not looking, they're not really worried about it. They're kind of just like chugging along. What else? What else? Oh yeah, the arrow upside down. They're not looking at it specifically, but then why the eye? Why the eye? They're not looking at it, then why did I get the eye? That's because this is coupled with it, so why is this with it? Okay. Why is the eye here, please? Why is the eye? Why is the eye here? The 9 upside down. So, this person, I feel like he is watching the Queen's back, but he doesn't have the mental capacity to really dig deep, to do this mental process. It's going to have to be the Queen, but the Queen's not doing it either. Let's look at this Ace of Pentacles. It's upside down. Why is the Ace of Pentacles upside down? Why is the Ace of Pentacles upside down? This is like a lacking mindset, okay? It's like, oh, I don't have enough to do it. I don't have the, I gave up, right? This is the 5 upside down. I'm giving up because I don't have enough bread. The bread is really our resources. It's like, I don't have enough money to get this project started. Is that true? Could you get a loan? Possibly, because Saturn is upside down here. There's nothing stopping you. It's like, oh, I don't have the time to do it. Well, actually, maybe it's just time management because Saturn's upside down. Saturn is not stopping you. You're not being stopped here. It's just a lack mindset. Anything else? It's just tough, right? The arrow forward, it would be a tough road. So we come up, I feel like these are excuses because it's just hard to do whatever it is we want to do. These are excuses because it is tough. But it is possible because there isn't anything stopping you. Alright, Gemini? It's just tough and it's not a clear, there's no clear cut, good, easy way to do it. Let's get some advice here because I pulled too many cards and see if we can get some advice regarding this spread. The advice, you know, from what I'm looking at right now is like there's nothing stopping you from doing this, but it's like it is tough. It's really the problem is the mindset of how long it's going to take, how hard it's going to be. And that's one of those things, like it's like one foot in front of the other, where it's like, and a lot of times if you don't get started and you don't start taking one foot on top after the other slowly, but you know, slow and steady, you'll never get there. This could be one of those situations, but we're never getting started because we're already looking at the situation with like a lack mindset, like negatively, like we don't have enough money to do this, that. Any messages for my Geminis? Any messages for my Geminis, please? Oh, they're stuck. Okay. Any messages for my Geminis? Let's do an oracle card first this time. The bridge. Okay, so there are actually ways to make this easier. You definitely need to do more mental work. Either you haven't done, you're looking at, it's like what you have negatively because you haven't actually done the math, or you're looking at your opportunity and saying, I don't have enough to do that, also because you haven't done the math. Maybe you do, or maybe it's a matter of coming up with a new idea, the book upside down, and gaining more information on the topic, like research. Okay, research with the book upside down. Underneath that is the coal, though. It is coal, but the bridge is there's a way to make it easier. And I feel like you're not going to get far unless you do the research. There's no way to progress. With the Cole is suggesting, you literally cannot move forward until you do the mental work. You have to do the calculations. You have to do the research. This is like a mental, you have to do the mental processing, the calculation, the budgeting, right? The math. And then the bridge will be there. You'll be able to do this. You can do this. It's just a matter of like a change of perception based on a more accurate calculation of your circumstance. Okay, Gemini, so that is that. That's your reading. I hope you liked it, and I hope you have a great couple of weeks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you did like it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.